Good afternoon, ladies. It's Hills Crisp here. Welcome to today's Lunchtime Learning Live. And this is about how to get the attention of your ideal clients without using sleazy tactics, right? Because we all want to communicate with our ideal clients, but you want to do it in a way that feels right to you. You want to communicate with your ideal clients. You want to help them, but you don't want to do the sleazy things, right? So things like clickbait, right? Things like how my client 10x her income in 30 days, right? Or the reels where you're lip syncing to music, or you're pointing, or like having to do something really ridiculous that just isn't very you. Or maybe the really shouty promotional posts that are just like capitals and over here, it's like pick me, or just being on social media like all of the time, right? There are so many things that you probably don't want to do. But so then you've got to think, well, how can I grab people's attention? And I'm talking about your ideal clients, because you don't need to worry about everyone else. You only need to get the attention of your ideal clients. So you need to think about really talking directly to them about their problems, their struggles, their challenges, etc., in a way that shows you understand and perhaps helps them in some way. So if you're sharing top tips or something like that, but it's all about really, pinpointing their struggles and problems, etc., and showing them that you understand. And the same with talking about their goals, their dreams, and desires as well. And then telling stories that they will relate to, whether that's about you or your clients or something else. But stories can work really, really well. Talking in a way that resonates with them is sort of an overall sort of tip. And really, the other thing is saying something different about your topic area. So a lot of people can kind of regurgitate the same old stuff, and it can just feel really bland. And people are just like, oh, I've seen this before. I've and they scroll straight past. So you do want to be a bit different, try and, stand out from the crowd. So how? So I've got 3 tips coming up, but firstly, and you really must have this kind of first, is that you need to deeply understand and really know your ideal clients, right? Because when you know intimately their worries, their challenges, their thoughts, their feelings, etc., when you know like what they're telling themselves when they're feeling a bit low, or what they're worrying about at 3 o'clock in the morning when they're awake, when you know their deepest heart's desires, when you know how they wish they felt or what goals they're setting, right? You can speak directly to them. You can use their language, you can use their words, and of course that is going to resonate so much more. And you want them to read your copy or consume your content and think, it's like she's in my head. It's like you're in my head, right? Now, I heard these very words for the first time a few years ago when a potential client read my sales page for my coaching program. And she basically said to me, she said to me, I read your sales page and it's like, oh my God, you're in my head. How did you do that? And of course, she signed up to the program. It was an absolute no-brainer for her because she felt totally heard and understood, because I had pinpointed her desires and her problems and, all of that. And that is what you want, right? And it kind of just makes everything else easier when you really understand your ideal clients and you can communicate that. So I've got 3 tips for you today about how you can kind of really grab their attention to stop the scroll, which we all do, the endless scroll, and get them to actually look at your stuff. So the first one is the hook. You've probably heard about this, but this is a sentence, a phrase, or a word that you use very early on, and I'll say a little bit about that in a second, that catches the attention of your ideal clients, right? It's a hook. Imagine it like hooks their attention, gets them to stop scrolling and read on or engage or watch the video or whatever. So with social media content, or with marketing content, let's say, whether that's a social media post or an email or a blog or something like that, a hook is usually the first sentence, or it's the title of the email or the title of the blog or whatever. And that could also be on a visual, right? So that could be on a visual. And then with sales copy, so that's kind of what I call content, marketing content. And then with sales copy, so when you've got an event or a sales page, a landing page, whatever, for a program or, your therapy sessions or whatever. It could be the title of that, or it could be the title and the tagline, or it needs to be something very, very early on. And of course, you want all of your words to speak to your ideal client. The hook just needs to be like the strongest thing. And I've got some examples for you so you can kind of see some different ways of sort of hooking, of using the hook, but really saying the same thing. So, for example, if you're a health coach and you work with menopausal women, okay, you could have the number one mistake menopausal women make with their diet is, right? Top 3 diet tips all menopausal women need to know. Same thing, different way to say it. Has your belly fat increased despite doing more exercise? How to reduce your menopausal belly fat, right? Each one of those 4 hooks is saying basically the same thing, but in a different way. And if you're a menopausal woman whose belly fat is growing despite doing lots of exercise, like me, that all of those things is going to grab your attention. You're going to be like, yes, I want to know what the answer is. That is a problem that I have, and I want to know what the solution is. Okay, so it can be really, really quite simple, really, and really, really effective. Okay, so number 2 is to be visible and to use eye-catching graphics, right? So either use a selfie of yourself, okay? So lots of different ways that you can take selfies, or create an eye-catching graphic on Canva, right? Or of course you can do a video or a reel or whatever you want to do. And it's always good to mix content up in that way. But these will always get more engagement than just a post with words, of course, because it feels a bit more, like someone's really there and it's, someone to engage in. And if you struggle to use Canva or you use Canva a little bit and you struggle to create like what you think are really great graphics, or you think your graphics aren't really working and you want to know how to improve them for social media, then it's just really worth investing some time and effort into getting really good at creating great graphics. And if you need help with that, then I just want to promote one of my clients who is called Helen Greenwood. She's a Canva coach and creator, and she can show you, it's like a tongue twister, isn't it, how to get the most from Canva. She does one-to-one sessions. She's got an online course, and I know she's got a workshop coming up. So I will just share her website and I'll tag her afterwards as well, so that she can answer any questions or share anything else. But get really good at using Canva, because it's such an amazing tool to create really good graphics. And when you've got an eye-catching graphic, that can often stop the scroll as well. And my 3rd tip, and this is a little bit of a different one, still practical, but a little bit different. This is about tuning into your ideal client sort of before you create the content, right? So this really helps you to create content that will really resonate, and also create content that is potentially new or refreshing, or is talking about something with a bit of a different perspective, right? So all you do, it's really simple, is just take a couple of minutes to sit quietly with love in your heart for your ideal clients and how much you want to help them. And just tune in to your ideal clients as you ponder the topic that you were thinking to write a post about. So say if we went back to the menopausal women, body fat, whatever, you might be kind of like, okay, this is the problem, is this belly fat, this is what they notice. I'm going to sit with it for a minute and just see if there's something else comes. So what I find is that I can get a different insight, or something else will come to me, and sometimes it just makes the writing or creating content flow a lot easier, a lot more easily. So that's my 3 tips. Use hooks, use eye-catching graphics or selfies, and sit and tune into your ideal clients before you create your content. And if you would like more help to get in front of your ideal clients, attract them to you, and get better at converting them into clients, I'm running a free marketing masterclass next Wednesday morning, which will help you with that. It's called Find and Attract More Ideal Clients Without Sleazy Tactics. And it's all about learning how to get in front of more of your ideal clients, getting more leads, and ultimately getting more paying clients, but of course in an authentic way, which is kind of my whole thing. So if you're struggling to figure out how to find your ideal clients, or even just to know what marketing to do, or you're struggling to get your message across to your ideal clients, or grow your audience, or getting enough paying clients, getting yourself known, raising your profile, or if you're struggling to sort of stand out and be seen in today's busy and noisy online world, this masterclass is definitely for you. You will discover the 2 key foundational pieces that you need to have nailed for any of your marketing efforts to work. You will learn the 7-step marketing process for getting in front of the right people and getting more clients. You'll discover the number 1 skill that you need to cultivate that will catapult your results above and beyond the competition, and know the 3 things that you have to get really, really good at that will build your confidence and your results, and get some tips on how. So I'm just going to post the link below. It's registration only. It's on Zoom. And if you can't make it live, then you'll get the recording if you register. So even if you're on my list, you just need to register. Just pop your details in on that link. And yeah, you will get the details to join next Wednesday morning. It's at 10:30, I believe, on the 12th. And yeah, it's just going to be really helpful. All my sessions, all my free sessions are really, really high value. Yeah, you will learn a lot. So come along to that. And thank you so much for tuning in. Do write your comments, ask your questions, let me know what you're struggling with, and I can do a live on it another time. All right, lovely. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next week.